Volunteers at Wild Instincts Animal Rehabilitation Center in Rhinelander never know what creature will come through their doors next. But as Newswatch 12's Peter Dubois tells us, these dedicated volunteers are now providing the bare necessities to some new patients.
They don't have a mother to keep them warm, so we have to kind of do it artificially.
These bear cubs are roughing the winter at Wild Instincts Animal Rehab Center in Rhinelander. That's after they were found nearly frozen to death by a farmer just days after they were born.
Mama bear runs away, so they look a little closer, and here's two little cubs in a little depression right in the middle of the cornfield.
Luckily for Director of Rehabilitation Mark Naniot, raising cubs is nothing new.
It's not unusual. Just about every other year we probably get a batch this young.
But these little guys can prove to be a handful this time of year.
Summertime, you're looking at feeding once a day. These little guys, when they first came in, it's every 3 hours around the clock. And so it's very little sleep for us.
The bears must be bottle fed until they can see, but once they can move and eat independently, volunteers have to take a completely hands-off approach. DNR biologist Michelle Woodford says that's crucial to their success in the wild.
How wild is that animal, and will that animal have that natural, healthy fear of people?
That natural fear can mean life or death once the animals are released.
Once that bear gets into the habit of breaking into the garbage cans or breaking into somebody's house to get food, then unfortunately we have to take more drastic measures.
That's why come March, Wild Instincts will look to place these cubs in a foster den to be raised in their natural environment.
If we have a situation where we know this mother has produced 4 in the past, this year she's only got 2, so we can add 2 cubs to that and let them be raised in the wild way, which is a much better way to go.
Despite their cuteness, Naniot understands these animals are far from pets.
We know the end game is to get them back into the wild, and if we screw up and get them too used to people, then we know they'll never be able to be released. And so when you keep that in the back of your mind, it's pretty easy to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do.
In Rhinelander, Peter Dubois, Newswatch 12.